What is up, y'all? I am finally making this video, and I say finally because I didn't think this video was going to happen because this gimbal was giving me a lot of trouble and it has a bunch of pieces and I rarely use it. It was hard to set up is what I'm trying to say. And so I wanted to make this video. I had the idea in the beginning to compare an APS-C camera on a gimbal to something like the DJI Osmo Pocket little camera here. Anyways, I thought this would be an interesting idea because this is one of the most popular APS-C cameras. It is the Sony a6400. And this is one of the most popular, like, on-the-go travel cameras. Not just one of the most popular, but from what I've seen and from my own experience with GoPros and stuff like that, this is one of the better performing ones in terms of the low light and just image quality. So I'm going to compare how both of these cameras perform with this one on a gimbal and with this one just by itself. But already, straight off the bat, if you have the a6400, you know that it doesn't have any kind of stabilization in camera. And so if you want to get any kind of cinematic like shots or just good stabilization, you have to have a gimbal. And this is one of the most compact gimbals I could find. This DJI Osmo Pocket actually has a button that will just flip the camera on. So I'm going to try that out right now. Boom. Look at that. That's cool. So here's actually the box. And you can see why I was having such a difficult time. Look at all these pieces. This will also be a good way to test the autofocus on this pocket. Like if oh, it's pretty good actually. Focus on that pretty well. If I have an item here, I bring it up. Wow, it's actually way faster than I thought it'd be. Okay, but anyway, so I have this. You can see the size of the box here. This will just be a pain to carry around. Like if you're just gonna do anything. I mean, that's just for the gimbal. That doesn't even count if you want to carry around a tripod or lights or any other thing like that. And so let me flip this back around. That's pretty cool. I love that feature. I can just flip around, and right now it's it's down a little bit. Oh, that's to zoom in. Oh, it has face auto detect, will automatically follow the face closest to the camera. Now let me just do that. It's not following me. It's not. Camera will follow inside. Oh, now it's following me. Awesome. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Look at that. No hands. Okay, so. Already get into the features here. It can auto track, and that was super quick. If I wanted to do that on something like this, I'm going to go here. Right now, I'm in the menu system of this. Okay, it's still tracking me, so let me see. Is that easy to just get off of that if I want to exit it? Yep, it's exit. Okay, so that was pretty quick, pretty fast. As you can see, just takes literally a couple seconds. And here, I would have to go into here. Here's the menu for this. I would have to go to track video right here, and then I would have to see how janky this is. Like, okay, I don't even know what's going on here in this little, let me just go. I don't even know how to go back. Hang on, I'm trying to go back here. Okay, wait. Oh, no, now the whole thing flipped. I don't know what happened. Hang on. Can I? Okay, exit that. Okay. Track video, selfie mode. So there are some options in here, but obviously you would have to connect your camera to this. Just setting this up took me about half hour, and it was really frustrating because you can see here you have all of these numbers and you have to get all of these right. You have to move them all around until this thing is balanced. Intuitively, if you're somebody who doesn't know a lot about cameras, you just want to open the box and get at it, the DJI Pocket is going to be the way to go 100%, because if you try to get something like this, you're going to be so frustrated. I mean, unless you're just trying to do professional work or you're doing weddings or something like that, then yeah, something like this would probably be necessary, right? I don't think people would be happy if you showed up to their wedding to do their wedding shoot you're charging $4,000 for a DJI Pocket. But it could be a great backup, right? Like I've seen people get some crazy cinematic shots with this thing. If you just want to pull it out and get to it, like this thing is where it's at. Oh, let me go back to the face tracking because that was really helpful actually. So it needs to find me first. Now it's good. See how fast that was? Like if I want to do this on this, it wouldn't happen. And the reason why I don't even know how to use this thing is because I never use it. And the reason is because it's so janky and so difficult to set up. It takes a while to get all of the calibrations right. And right before I was about to start this video, I was like, okay, I finally got this on here. It's working. Like the controls are working. Like when I move this, the camera's moving. But as I was about to start, what happened was the battery is about to die, so I had to swap out the battery in the camera. And you can't, if you look at the camera here, if you can see under the camera here, like you can't just open the door to the camera because it's hooked up to the gimbal. So I had to take it all back apart after I just got it all together, take it all apart and put it all back together. That was frustrating. And before I started this video, I didn't know which one I would actually like better. But so far, the DJI Pocket is winning. So I'm going to show some footage now from this camera while it's on the gimbal, because it would be absolutely destroyed if it was off the gimbal. If you've ever seen footage from the A6400, it's pretty bad because there's no stabilization inside the camera. Whereas this is literally a built-in gimbal. And I'll go ahead and say, if you're somebody who you just want to just travel, right? Or carry it with you, or film your kids, something like that, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you to get the DJI Pocket, because it's just so simple to use. This thing charged super fast too. Like it was almost dead. I plugged it in. I think it was like 10 minutes. It's fully charged. Just look at all this janky stuff that you have to deal with just to, you know, play around with the gimbal that's on this. Whereas the gimbal that's on the camera I'm using right now, it's there. It's already. You don't have to be like, I remember my gimbal, or whatever. It's there. First, I just want to test the audio, because I do not have a microphone on either of these cameras. So I'm going to test the audio, and I want to test the picture to see how this can handle to a really good APS-C camera. And then I'm going to go outside, because it's currently nighttime, see how they do in the dark. And then I also want to just try to get a few like kind of creative cinematic shots to see how both cameras do on a gimbal. So right now, I just want to start off with testing out the microphone. So I'm going to turn on this camera right here, the A6400. So it is now on, and it does have a flip-up screen, so I can flip that up so I can still see myself here. And so I'm going to turn this thing around, and you see that the gimbal is so big. I turned the gimbal around. I literally just launched a light off the desk. And I have to pan this up because unlike this camera here, it doesn't track me. The camera will auto focus track, but it won't, follow me with the gimbal. So here, I'm just going to do this. We're in the same lighting, got both cameras. I'm going to get up and walk around to see what this would look like and see which one is going to track me better. I think, I'm not even sure, do I have the face track on this one or not? Okay. Well, I'm going to start it. So both of these are just standard settings. They're both raw. They're both shooting raw. And no microphone on either one of them. And I'm both shooting at 1080, 30 frames per second. Actually, I think this one's 24 frames per second. But pretty close. So I'm going to go into a darker room here and see which camera. Wow. Whoa, I was not expecting that. So the A6400 got really dark here, and this one is still super bright. That is crazy. So let me go and then this one's losing track of me. It's going all over the place. Let me try to just do some fun cinematic shot. So if I just wanted to, let's say, wait, I got to flip the screen up. And then let me flip this around. Let's just say I wanted to film like some B-roll footage, just going through the trees or something, get some cool cinematic footage like that. So here we have the A6400. And now I think this is where the APS-C starts to really shine with its lens, is that you can see that there's a lot of bokeh in terms of the lights and background blur. And this is where you get more of that like just cinematic feel. Whereas with the DJI Pocket, it's like you don't have that much dynamic range in terms of not just the colors, but in terms of the focus here. This is where it makes a big difference. I think here the A6400 looks better. Now the DJI, from just looking at the screens here, it looks more like there's more contrast. Whereas with the A6400, it looks like I'm looking at more of like the actual real colors here. I'm going to move them both at the same speed, just pushing them through these leaves. And now I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to pan both down, up, right, left. Oops, this one's kind of getting... And then I want to do just one more thing here. So going, oops, just kind of going through the leaves. Okay, so that was just a little fun playing around cinematic thing. Wait, let me flip this around. And then this one, see, this one is so hard to flip around because it has two handles, and now I kind of have to, I gotta pan this down, hang on. And now the screen's in the way. Oh, it barely passed, never mind. And then I gotta flip this around. I'm just trying to show you how difficult this is. And also how ridiculous you look. If you're a shy person, you're an introvert, and you want to start filming, this is also another reason why the DJI Pocket is just going to be better for you. I got to flip the screen back up too. It's just so much. And now the camera's kind of all, oh, it's back. Okay. All right, we're back to filming. So, yeah, obviously the DJI Pocket's a little bit more discreet, and I'm kind of panning away. I was trying to zoom in there, but it's obviously a little bit more discreet than APS-C, but this APS-C is still kind of a compact camera, but of course, once you put a gimbal on it, I mean, you're taking up a lot of space, and there's no way you can really be discreet with that. So it can be pretty intimidating. Like if you're trying to film in an area where you don't want to grab a lot of attention, having this huge gimbal, let me go to a mirror in here. And then flip this around. So this is what I look like. Like having this huge, why did it flip? Okay, so having this huge gimbal and camera on this thing versus just having this right here, you can see the difference. And also this shoulder, by the way, this shoulder is getting really, really tired. This shoulder is starting to burn. Whereas this, I don't feel this at all. I don't feel it, but this shoulder is it's starting to burn. I'm feeling the burn for sure. I gotta flip this back around. Flip the other one's taking a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, but I'm feeling the burn. Definitely feeling the burn. And now I think it's obvious by this point that the picture on the A6400 looks a lot better. But I'm just shocked by the lighting difference because I thought the A6400 was going to handle low light a lot better because of the fact that it has a bigger sensor. Now, let me change one thing because it could be that the ISO is limited here. So, okay, so I messed up a little bit. I didn't have the A6400 on program auto when it came to the video. So I switched that over. It was on manual, but now it's on auto. So now we're going to see the lighting difference. And it should be a lot better. And then I think I need to go film some of that cinematic stuff again. So lighting's definitely way better now that I have it on auto. And we're going to walk back into this dark room here. There's definitely more consistency with the DJI, whereas as you can see, it takes a while for the A6400 to bring back the light, as you could say, in the room, whereas this one just kind of stays pretty consistent. And then I'm going to go over here and film this kind of cinematic moment here a little bit. So the last thing I want to do here is just go outside and be in the dark, like be at night walking around. So we're going to open this because it's pitch black outside. So see, can these things even handle? pretty crazy. Yo, that's pretty crazy. So just from that little test right there, I don't know. I won't know until I see the footage side by side, but it looked like the DJI one, it looked like the ISO was cranked up so high on the A6400 that all you saw was just fuzz. And now this A6400 camera is going crazy. It's all over the place. Let me try to reset it. There we go. Okay. It looked like it, in terms of night, which the DJI Pocket is known to be really good for, looks like it won, but I'll have to wait to see the footage, and then you guys tell me what you think. Last thing I want to do is let's just compare the autofocus. How about that? So if you were doing a video, let's say a product video, let's say I have a, oops, oh shoot. Let's say I have a product, right? And then, so let's make this is a case for the DJI, but let's make this my product. So I'm here, it's focused on me. Let's say A6400. That one took a minute. Let's do another one for good measure. Okay, and then the DJI Pocket. So it's really fast. I'm really shocked at how fast it is. That is really quick. It's taking a minute. There it is. Whoa, bro, I was not expecting that either. The autofocus on the DJI is insanely fast. Look at that. And then one more here. That's wild. I was not expecting it at all. You know, for an APS-C that used to be close to, if not over, $1,000. And this DJI Pocket, which I got from Costco for about $500, that's pretty insane. But anyways, if you could only have one of these, you could only take one with you, which one would it be? Personally, I'll tell you, I love the A6400 because I love photography, and it's a great camera for both. So it's an amazing camera if you just want to do photography or if you want to do video. So it's a great camera to have to be able to do both. But if you just want to do video, like that's all you want to do is video, that's it. You're not going to snap any photos, and you just want something that you can just grab and go, the DJI Pocket is definitely where it's at if you're just looking to go. Now, the only other thing I will say that does win with the A6400, compare these two, is it is weather sealed, the A6400. And for a DJI Pocket to not be weather sealed is crazy, considering it's almost in the line of kind of like a GoPro. You know, you see people wear these things on their chest, and they're taking hiking and all this stuff. So it's absolutely insane that they didn't put any kind of water resistant or weather sealing on it. That is a huge downside. They're definitely going to do that in the newer ones, but I mean, we're already on number 3, so why didn't they just do that? Yeah, that's all because my shoulders are destroyed from carrying around this huge gimbal camera. So just let me know in the comments which one you guys would choose, and I'll see you guys next time.